Hey everyone, I'm your host DCSG81 and today we'll take a look at a comparison review between these two Iron Man Mark 50 from SH Figuarts. Okay, so before we get started, let's play a little guessing game. So can you guess which one of these is the original Iron Man Mark 50 and which one is the one from the Nano Weapon Set 2? Can you guess? So for those of you who have watched my review for the Weapon Nano Set 2 would have known the answer. So this is the one from the Weapon Nano Set 2 and this is the one from the original Mark 50. So as you can see on the screen, is pretty much the same, except I'm not sure if it's shown on the camera. From what I can see here, the shades of red is actually kind of different. As I mentioned before, the original one brings a little lighter red, while the newer one have a slightly darker red. So let's take a closer look. So under the lighting, I'm not sure from this angle, I think you can pretty much tell that this is actually having a lighter red and this one is actually much darker. And another way to tell is because as I mentioned also in my review for this guy, I actually fixed the arm for the original Mark 50 but not this one. So you can see this one is still having the slanted arm as compared to this one is perfectly straightened. So I haven't tried to repair this. Yep. So let's take a comparison look between the two. Previously I have take a closer glimpse among the two. They actually looks very similar. There isn't much different except for the paint. Even the paint, as I mentioned earlier, it isn't very obvious. Unless you really look into it, then you can see the red is slightly different. Okay, so they are both as glossy as it can be. It looks like a real metal. When the light reflected off the surface, you can see it's looking very good. So from the back here, maybe from here you can tell that because of the removable piece for the armor of the Nano set, you can actually see the the linings. But for this one, because it's not removable, so it's pretty much stick to it. It doesn't look like it can be removed, except for this piece here. I think they allow it to be removed so that you can have the stand joint to put inside. There's a hole here and then you can post it with the flying post. Other than that, if you do remember, there are parts here that can be removed for the Nano Weapon Set to be put in, and this one doesn't. But what is amazing is that it doesn't looks like it can be removed. I mean, as compared to the back is pretty obvious. Partly it's because I never push all the way in. But for this one, you can't really tell the difference, that which one is actually removable and which one is not. This, I believe, is the amazing part. But for the leg, you can pretty much see now. This original one can't be removed, but the one from the Nano Weapon Set, you can clearly see there's a line for the type that for this portion to be removed to be replaced with another the weapons. So yeah, this is another way that you can tell which one is the original. Okay, so yep, that's all for the overall look. Let's go to the accessories. Okay, so for the accessories, I can say that it's pretty much the same. The hands are the same, 4 sets. The fisted hand, the relaxed hand, the one with the shooting effects, and another one is the karate chops hand. So they both having the same 4 sets of hands, and the blaster effects for the hands and the legs when flying and also when it's shooting is also the same, exactly the same. Okay, so I didn't put those on the table. So what you can see here is the difference between them. So for this individual Mark 50, it actually comes with a pretty cool blaster, okay, as well as another one here, okay. But the Nano Weapon Set, of course, you can expect it comes with a lot more. So it comes with this and the blaster as well. This blaster is actually very different compared to this one, okay. So of course this one will be cooler with all the details on it, and the electrical effects I pretty much like this. This one is pretty standard, okay. And then we also have the jetpack for the back. Yep, and the rest of these are actually what's to be attached on his shoulder, his waist here, and also to change the legs, okay. So this one actually comes with a lot more. If you miss out on this, I would suggest you to get the Nano Weapon Set because it comes with a lot more, plus what he already have, except of course you don't get all this. But I think it's pretty good enough to get this one because I kind of dig the darker shades of red. It looks much better. But this one also, as you can see, is not bad. But this guy, the price is very crazy. And also, if you are having the Takara Tony set A and B, that one I'm pretty sure is supposed to fit this Mark 50, but I'm not so sure whether you'll fit the new one, although both of them are pretty much the same mold. Yeah, so we'll see. I should be getting mine pretty soon. I'll do a review, of course, and then we'll try and see if it fits for both, which I finger crossed it should. Okay, yep. So yep, let's move on. Okay, so for the last one, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what to expect. Is again your favorite head swapping session. So let's try it out. This one is the one from the Nano Weapon Set. Actually, I have done the head swap for all this on one of my video. You can see the link right here. Yeah, so I actually tried this head on a few of the Iron Man armors, including the Mark 50, the original one. But right now I'm going to test on the Nano Weapon Set, which I believe should be the same result as the previous Mark 50 because, like I say, they are pretty much the same mold. Okay, so let's try by removing the head. Okay, and like I expected, the joint actually comes off with the head. It's the same thing that goes with the original one. So you need a scalpel to remove the joint. It's very hard for me to do it on the camera, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've removed it, and as you can see, the joint is actually having different sizes. The one that goes to the head is the one with the bigger ball joint, and the one that is smaller should go to the neck. Okay. Okay. So now let's try with the. I have 3 heads here. This is the original one from Tony Stark. My Tony Stark is actually the original one that comes with the stage and not the recent reissue one. Okay, and this one is from Mark 4. Of course, you can change the face. There's another one without the shades, and of course, how can we miss this one? It's from the Maniple, aka Flashback Studio. Yeah, so let's try it on. Okay, as we can see, sorry, out of frame. Okay, so as we can see, the ball joint doesn't really fit because it's too huge, and same goes for the Mark 4 head. Okay, doesn't really fit, and this one I assume it fits perfectly. Yep, so like what I expected, is exactly the same as the original Mark 50, and it does fit. Okay, so if you don't have this one and you like to see whether it actually fit for them, we will have to remove the joint. Okay. Okay, so now let's see the original Tony Stark head Okay, so similar as my previous video, it doesn't really fit. You can see it doesn't go in. But for the Mark IV, if I remember correctly, it does go in, but it will actually split the face, because this face is actually removable for the face. So you can actually see this. When you try to push it in, it will actually split the head like this. Not very obvious, but it still fit. I mean, it still split the head from the side view. Can you see? Okay. So from the front, of course, you can see the split. I mean, if that's what you want, but to me, both the head doesn't really fit. Okay, only the one from mandible fits, even with the joint. Okay, so I'm actually waiting for another 2 heads for Tony Stark. One is should be coming next month, which is the one that is meant for Mark IV. Actually, you can see on the screen now. It's also from Manipul, aka Flashback Studio. And there's another one which I get is from the Nota studio. Yeah, you can see on the screen as well. Yeah, this one is with the shades. Actually seen some people posting the on-hand pictures. It doesn't really looks very good. You can see on the screen now as well. So I'm not sure whether that will fit. Of course, once I receive it, I will do a review and show it to you guys. Yep. And if I'm not wrong, there's also another one which I see from a website. You can see on the screen now, but I'm not really keen to get this one. Yeah, even the prototype picture doesn't look very good to me. Yep. So that's all for my comparison review. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So basically, in summary, this is pretty much the same as the original Mark 50. So if you want to get, if you miss out on the original Mark 50, this is the one that you should hunt for. Okay, and don't get the set 1. Okay, because set 1, they don't give the hands and the feet. Okay, it's stuck with the big 3 feet thing, and also the arms is stuck with the weapons. So don't get that one. You won't be able to make it like the original Mark 50, like the set 2. Okay, so yep, I hope you like the video like this. Of course, leave me a comment. Feel free to talk to me on the comment if you would like to see more, and also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Okay, as I have interesting video like this almost every day. Okay, and until then, I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Okay, so as you can see, I have already fixed everything on the Nano Weapon Set 2 on the Iron Man, just like how it comes out of the box. And I realized that I made a mistake earlier when I talked about the armor on the waist, that it doesn't really show it can be removed, but it's wrong. It's actually over here, these 2 pieces. So initially it should look like this, but now after remove and add this part, it looks like it's open up. And even before, when I change it, it also looks something like this. It doesn't look like it's removable, so it's very well hidden. There's a very good job from Bandai. They actually makes the whole thing, you really can't tell that it's removable, except for the legs, where you can see the lining, as I mentioned earlier. So this is also the one that is changed with the weapons. You can see it opens up over at this side here, or this original doesn't have. Okay, so this is the fully armor one, and this is the one that is nothing on it. And also I have fixed the arms, so you can see it's actually closer to the body. Previously it's something like this, remember? Yeah, so now it can be pushed down. Okay, if you're interested to do that, you can actually check out my video here. I made that video quite long ago. Yep, so here you can see it's looking pretty good.